What do you make of these reports that a U.S. soldier defected to North Korea? He reportedly crossed over the DMZ, that he reportedly was being punished for misconduct while serving in South Korea. That's why he allegedly defected?
Maybe, because he had apparently been held in a detention center for some time, and then he had made statements in that detention center that he didn't want to come back to America. And so, yeah, it could be that he actually did defect and walked over to the DMZ, over to the North Korean side, and they captured him, and they have him now.
Let's move on to this. Democrat strongholds traditionally have been academia, universities. So your committee sent a letter to the president of UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley is closely working and getting paid by faculty there by a Chinese university. UC Berkeley is possibly giving cutting-edge U.S. research that could give China a military advantage. What's happening here?
Well, what's happening is that, and this is not just it's not just unique to UC Berkeley. We have hundreds of thousands of Chinese students in American universities right now. UC Berkeley is something that Chairman Gallagher wrote a letter about, saying, hey, you are in a partnership with Tsinghua University in China, and their students, and this collaboration is working on cutting-edge technology, not just for the civilian side, but also the military side. And you know what? It's no coincidence, I believe, that a lot of the new Chinese military hardware is looking a heck of a lot like ours. And I think this has got something to do with it. There's a lot of research going on. They're stealing our secrets. They're stealing our secrets using, cyber attacks, but they're also stealing our secrets with the number of Chinese students that they have in these cooperative arrangements that they have with our research universities. And it's time that we got to wake up, and we got to stop this.
Do U.S. universities care?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, look, I think it's astonishing that the university said, well, gee, maybe we ought to be looking at this. All universities need to be looking at any cooperative agreements that they have with the CCP. They need to stop it. They need to cut it. They need to cut it right now. It's going to be it's affecting our national security now and in the future. Look, China is the greatest threat that the United States is going to face now and in the foreseeable future, and we need to decouple and decouple right now.
Then UC Berkeley doesn't look like it's getting the wake-up call, because what your committee's letter is saying, that UC Berkeley was working at this Chinese institute while also getting money and getting paid money from the Pentagon's DARPA. That the faculty also was getting paid, faculty members getting paid by the U.S. Navy, while China and giving China potentially a backdoor into DARPA and the U.S. Navy. Again, I ask, U.S. universities, seriously, are they on the stick seeing how this is such an issue? Are we just going to let academia off the hook as they do things like tuition gouge and live tax-free on the taxpayer nickel, and then they take in this money from China? Seriously, UC Berkeley?
Yeah, well, I don't think we need to. I don't think we should let them off the hook. I think we need to really look at what's happening in academia. All the research is happening across the United States. All the research is being stolen by the Chinese Communist Party and putting us at risk. And yeah, the Select Committee on China, this is one of the themes that we're one of the issues that we're looking at, and we're going to make recommendations how.
Well, it's a hair on fire moment, because UC Berkeley in May, they were accused of failing to disclose to the U.S. government massive Chinese state funding, $240 million joint tech venture. China had been running that at the school for the last 8 years, and nobody knew about it.
Yeah, and that's the relationship that they have. Look, a lot of these universities are looking at the funding, and that's all they care about is the funding of the research, and where that money comes from, they don't really care. But they need to start caring, like right now. American universities should be doing research to the benefit of the United States and not for the Chinese Communist Party. That's what this committee is going to be looking at. Those are recommendations we're going to